Jey Chudan Soje Jolama Adi Geshe Jebe Sanaji Ola Khensur Soje Sanje Chudan Soje Chenju Bhagavan Jasi Adi Geshe Jebe Sanaji Ola Khensur Soje Sanje Chudan Soje Jolama Chenju Bhagavan Jasi Adi Geshe Jebe Sanaji Ola Khensur Soje Dile, ¿dónde te no? Dile, canipio, al día lolo de la sociedad, para otros. Sí, quiero sí. Sí, sí que es. Eso. Ashuma da chani korajat. Korajat. Nos. Asama. Good tree dasham. Oh, this. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Okay. Beautiful day, right? It's beautiful. The road's beautiful. The colors beautiful. I think everything's pretty beautiful. And that's good. According to Buddhism, so always our actions and power or not power, or motivation. Therefore, also our practice become Mahayana practice or not, it's also our motivation. They said, what kind of motivation do we need? We need to, think or thought or mind. I want to benefit for all Mother Simpson beings. Therefore, I'm going to this practice, this meditation, this prayer, this study. Why I need to benefit for all Mother Simpson beings? Because they're all very kind for us. He said, why they're very kind? Without them, we're not able to survive any kind. Directly and indirectly, we all depend each other. Because example, without earth, we cannot walk, right? Earth or dirt, earth. The earth is very kind for us. Because we depend for earth. Same thing like that. We all depend for all the MGPs. Even we depend for the trees. Because trees also give for us energy. Beautiful color, birds. Maybe that we can listen the birds' sound. It become feel good. Oh, beautiful sound. Therefore, we all depend for each other. Therefore, they're very kind for us. We need to do something for them back. And what we can do, we dedication them to whatever we do, pray, practice. Therefore, today, also everyone visualization or meditation, and think on the front of you, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Maybe you can first like image of one like Buddha Shakyamuni or Avalokiteshvara or Mother Tara, whatever you do usually. It's very clear front of you. And around them, on the above them, also all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. You don't have to think, okay, this Buddha, that it's very, very common. You just imagine for all the Buddhas, Bodhisattva, that around with us also, all the mother sentient beings. Then when we think that I want to benefit, I want to like a homage to, with the benefit for all mother sentient beings, front of all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Think of the moment a little bit that this is how to serve our motivation. Secondly, right now we don't have ability to benefit for all mother sentient beings, taking care of all them, because even we cannot take care of ourselves, but we will be able to do that. How? Because all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas to, blessing for me, my mind special, to benefit all mother sentient beings as like you. Think like that at the moment. And through we are request from all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, send the blessing for us. We, we feel like we receive the blessing from them. When we experience like blessing, our mind, our body can relax. Also, visualization or feel all the mother sentient beings around you, also they receive the blessings from all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. They feel also peace and relax a moment, even the moment. And you feel totally like happy or peace or relax. Something experienced too. all the Buddhas with the Sadhava, very strong compassion for all of us, day or night. They're looking for us. When we feel happy and peace, they feel also very happy because we're doing something to meaningful life. Therefore, it's very important to record to blessing for our body and speech. Body maybe not a blessing, but blessing for our mind, day or night. When we receive the blessing, our mind become more peace. When our mind be peace, we can do also more good things. How to, again, very strong recourse with all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in front of you. The blessing of my deluded mind. Become peace of mind. Abide the delusion mind. Manifest for all the positive minds. This kind of like meditation, visualization, to when you have time, to try to make our mind more useful, more familiar with that. Very important too. Especially the morning, or to set up good motivation to whatever my day is coming, I want you to, it's possible to help for others. Not help, I try to not harm intentionally my body, speech, mind. That kind of motivation is very good, important. Okay. God is too strong. Not to do that. Hey. Okay, everyone comfortable? Good deep meditation. Yeah. Okay, don't you do that. 제가 나단당 안주 시당 곰 잡당 야마나 삼로 땅달라다 마모쇼이도와.
So just like we just did the meditation, there are so many different ways, you can do the meditation, and many different ways you can think about it also.
제가 아니 조직을 로마 아니 좀더 배운 중에 대걸 로마 아니 보도와 시행하고 부시와도 소멸 근처 섬사지. 공승이야 아니 좀더 발아야 간디 쇼에 말.
So Lama Atisha, who had a disciple called Domtempa, who's the source of all the Buddha's teaching, and he also had three disciples, Pujonwa and Kasa?
Shangawa, Podowa,
and Pujonwa. No? And so these three brothers asked Domtempa a question.
상제기 람라 탑시 마보이도 왔다. 도도 루루로 전다 가르쳐요. 그래서
So they said there are so many different ways or methods, to gain enlightenment. So what would be the essence? When you combine all of them together, what would be the essence of that? To gain enlightenment. And he said, yeah, you are right. There are so many different ways, but if you combine all of them, there are two ways. So that is the two method and the wisdom, realizing emptiness and generating great compassion. And then they asked again, what is emptiness and what is great compassion? And he said, understanding or realizing emptiness is understanding all the realities of all the phenomena, everything that exists, their mode of existence. And developing compassion towards all beings who have not generated such kind of the realization of emptiness or the reality is called great compassion. So understanding the actual mode of existence of all the phenomena and developing compassion towards those who have not understood that. And so that now the other way of explaining or understanding can be, to develop these two bodhicittas, like the conventional and the ultimate bodhicittas. And then they asked what methods are there to develop the bodhicitta which has not been developed, and how to maintain it, from declining, and how to increase it furthermore. Actually, before that, they asked this question. Lama Atisha, is the Lord or the honor, of the Lamrim, the gradual path to enlightenment teaching, and the honor or the Lord of the mind training teaching. And so Lama Atisha was Indian, and his disciple, Domtempa, the source of all the Buddha's teaching, is Tibetan. So anyway, and when you combine, the essence, is that, like I mentioned too, developing the realization of emptiness and developing compassion towards those who have not generated or understood the emptiness. So do we have the realization of emptiness, or the realization or understanding of the actual mode of existence of all phenomena?
Maybe Mark, you have that. You have some experience. 제자가 나도 배나 센들라 나도 내가 재웠나. 내가 제탕 마시니 내가 쟤는 내가 다 노트만 보는 거야.
So understanding is very important, even in the regular job, a regular work or job that we do. If we do it without understanding it, then we make many mistakes, right?
제가 믹스하게 루만 내려가나 다 랍라세 배 에듀케이션 다 안게 담붙지도 와.
And therefore, like in this country, education is considered the number one thing, right?
Right? How many schools for everywhere? 제가 뒤 가르치는 친내가 사당, 동당, 로당, 계시당, 총잡당 이리고 로족적이로 와.
And that those schools or universities, they give education, about how to do the things, right? Including like how to eat, how to sit, how to talk, how to walk, everything like that, right?
제가 너 야포지 로조 체면은 가지고 제탄 노네 간제 미치그런 로마토와 차기로 미드냠도 로마토시.
So if we haven't gone through those studies in the schools, starting from the beginning, like kindergarten, then we don't know how to behave in a proper way in our society, right?
제가 안에다 추담지 내로 마시 될라 모네 안에 가르소기 이 신기 요삼다 직계제 시장 남게 된다 전에다 농로만 보죠 거래. 얘다 추담지 내로 시바데 빼는 거지 뭐래서.
And despite that, we still, make many mistakes, and that is because of not understanding the reality of the phenomena, right? Because of not understanding that, and we think like we know, and then we do the things thinking that we know, and then we make many mistakes.
제가 모라땅 마싱이지 모라땅 전에 가도 답사그러 와.
It's just like a person who doesn't know how to drive. If he attempts to drive, then he will, crash into other person's car or property, right?
근데 나도 배에 칼라 약수미하고 모모스 저도 모모스 신게.
Like in Tibetans, the best Tibetan food, is considered as momo, the dumpling. Do you guys know how to make momo?
제가 다 마신이 직 제나고 따다 영어 말와. 저도 따다 레고 말와.
So you might say, yeah, I know, but if you do it without knowing how to do it, how to make it, then it will not be the right kind, right? Starting from making the dough, kneading the dough, making the the wrappers and so forth.
제가 대답하나 직된 네가 남도 라파 판통대와 제도 학교에 빼는 것 정도.
So these things, the gross things, in our day-to-day life like that, understanding those things are very important, right? If you don't know that, then you will make many mistakes.
어제 다 그래서는 다 에너지 지열에서 주답지 내로 시바다 대미싱도 이제 집안이 이래서 다 도도 추송소와.
So these are the two, the combined essence of the practice, that is developing or generating the realization of emptiness and developing compassion towards those who have not generated that kind of realization.
다대 저 해주지. 다음에 드리는 다 대인이 깨야 답이 가려요. 그래서 도도로 가려서 저거.
And then they ask the question again, saying, what is the method, for generating those two, the emptiness and great compassion?
Okay, what the answer? Who knows the answer? 배 mambo요에서 mambo요에는 도도 주로 지나다 가려져 있어. 사원한테 가려서 뭐 이거.
And so there are many different ways also, right, about generating the great compassion and the emptiness. So what will be the combined essence or essential way of generating those two?
Okay, what do you think?
To purify negativity and create merit.
Okay.
Learn the teachings.
Okay. Good.
Meditate.
And the other people like to say? Nadia?
Practice no self.
Guy, you have something to say?
Plus, generating renunciation.
Other people? Mark, you have something? Yes.
Service to others.
Huh? That's what you say?
All right, exchange stuff.
Okay. Good. Good. Okay. Anyone, you guys have something? Yes, Kellen?
Guru devotion.
Huh?
Guru devotion.
Okay. And any other words? Michelle?
Generating compassion.
Okay. This is the generation compassion, what to do, this question. This is the question. There are two questions, right? Understand emptiness, and who doesn't know understand emptiness, compassion for them. Now, how to develop for that? Good, right?
That was the question you said to
Yeah.
how do you generate realization of emptiness
And who don't have the realization emptiness, to compassion for them. How to develop for that? See that?
you put in
Okay.
This understanding of dependent arising part of that.
Okay. Anything? Yeah. And channel to love their kanga drink the summer.
So what you guys said is correct. Everything that you said is right.
Drum tempegi any lens dodo tell us sum.
But the answer, the combined answer or brief answer that Dom Tempa gave, he said there are three ways.
About the lotion,
The first one is training the mind. Second one is accumulating merit.
Somebody anything is combat.
And third one is developing concentration.
The chance of the Mari Lagan, but that it should not call and done there. Tai by the tattoo to do not nanga chew the career to what the land.
So what you said, cannot say what you said is not right. But what Dom Tempa says, when you combine, there are so many different ways, but when you combine all of them, then can be in these three essential practices.
How on a lotion and color is that way out what the lotions and the career is telling you, Mamba the Tatina zone of the career somewhere. But if I enjoy it.
And then again, they ask question. The mind training, is a broad practice subject, right? And so, what do you mean by mind training? What is the essence of mind training again?
Okay, what you guys think? You want like to say? Yes.
So the actions of
No. What means training your mind means? What do you mean?
illusions.
doing doing ego, not being stuck to I.
There's so many things you could say 1,000.
Therefore you need to like essence of that.
To avoid what is samsara and to cultivate in our mind, like with positive mental factors and avoid negative.
Okay. 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 Anything say? Anything? Yeah, that's good. Yes.
How much we have reduced the afflictions in our mind.
That logic say that logic, how you train it in your mind. That they'll assume you this, then assume you some mind.
Yep. So that also has three.
About the matabako but
So the first one is meditating on impermanence.
we can think that. And the cheta and the chance of the marlin kind of that then my niggas on the tambo matabako but that is Nanjula kind of down to shoot you or somewhere.
So what you said is not right to say incorrect, but what Dom Dumba said, the first thing is to meditate on impermanence because we have a strong grasping at permanence. And then impermanence also has different levels, like gross impermanence and subtle impermanence.
딱 그것은 나도 받은 로고요한디 철로 신도 지금 남신 전 로고요한도 당도 통계로 나도 통계도 지금 봐.
So the gross impermanence, is the is the changing of the things that happen, which can be seen easily by our eyes, like the weather outside, the leaves, the the falling of the house and so forth.
나도 단계 주주 나도 지원서 주마다 단계 바랑 나도 지원 로서 가루 지원 로서 나도 된 통계 말 될면도 타보스.
But there's a impermanence is a change that's happening, right? That disintegration, happening moment by moment, and so when we started the class, it was 10 o'clock, but now it's been several minutes already, right? And there has been so much changes there. Those times have disintegrated, and the new time has come, and so all these things, that happen is subtle, and which is difficult for us to realize.
제가 나도 로직 지나 나도 수보는 지원 로서래 단계 주주 주안에 단계 바르다 주주 제가 하려도 logically.
So logically, what do you think? Has there been any changes to our body from 10 o'clock till now?
나한테 메시지가 나온 통계 말하고 통계래.
Can that be seen by a microscope?
They can see that change? No. Right. 다 간지 들어 못하고 참모들 들어 있는데 저번 로 요를 받는 것도 요래스이나 하고 되려나 요래는 요래다 하 콜라 뭐 가시 하고 말고 못하고 더 못하게.
So definitely there's a change, right? There has been a change, in our body, from time this morning to when we started until now, but it's very difficult to see that, right? So that is like the subtle impermanence.
다 들을 때 사주지는 다 나도 남바도 빠지나 아니 저와 맞다고 공고래 랍샤버.
And and so in Buddhism, we emphasize on meditating, on death and impermanence.
내가도 미사마 수치 권이 좀 말아티 뭘 깨제시한 가고도 말아.
Nobody is willing to hear about that, right? We don't even want to talk about that.
다이나 티칼라 나도 샤나나고 말아 티.
It's not trying to scare us.
티칼나 저는 뒤져 돌아서 마자스.
But what it is advising, is that to not waste our time.
야 뒤져린 보시라야 말 뒤져 강아 단다 뒤져라요 갈라 뒤져 돌아서 마자스 라버면 샤바티벌 개요 말다.
What it's trying to say is that there's no much time in our life. Whatever little time we have, we should not waste, for trivial things.
오케이, 배나 가서 미참말 수수 가쇼로 챈디다 배차시는 나 가서 쇼게는 건너가 가지 알로다. 언돌이야 무 빠야기 메시지나 빠야기 메시인데 주도 지금 제가 또 배제 당하게 안에 톱담해 봐지. 주도 찔러서 가세 빨버이나 나 간도 가래 뭐가 가지는 주도 좀 하다가 말아.
So, for example, let's say we have a machine for printing money, and we are given that machine only for 10 hours. It says you can print
only 1 hour. Only 1 hour.
We're given 1 hour only, and then you say, if it's, then you will not waste it, right? You will not just keep the machine there and do something else. You will print as much as you can, right? For that 1 hour, you will not even waste a single second.
오이테게 차이다. 오다 제자가 아니 단단 단간도 대나시고 그래서 남조다 람람다 로조도 손을 빼나. 그냥 세리오사가 사실 준비지. 세트 마트바치 도키온데 치바샤 그래서 단단간도 밀리 하고 싶톱들. 엘랑간도야 수수 제거하기 개와시마 펜젤에 배양이 취하고 맞춰가지. 정말 짱짱 레트성공 거다와이나.
So this perfect human rebirth that we have is like that. It's like the machine, for printing money. And this is a machine, for accumulating merit and purifying negativities and generating all the realizations. Instead of doing that, if we do something else, then we're wasting this machine, the profit and maneuver. That's what it's trying to say. And then other example they has given is like, going to, an ocean and, to fetch jewels, but instead, you instead of going fetching that, you go and do something else, and you come empty-handed like that, So not, wasting this profit and rebirth and making, it's a good use of it.
제자때 남쪽 제거다. 답답한 검사 같이 나게 당하고 생각난 게 말이. 이들이 뭐지라고 말. 디스 돌아마지에서 어때 거거다.
And so usually when we talk about death and impermanence, it's not trying to scare us, but it's just trying to tell us that we don't have much time and don't waste, that little time we have.
에 셴바질래야. 나단다 제나 강요한테 제나 enjoy지 소수 될래야. 가로. 이제 야고 땅스 가리나 간지 기부체스. 아 디스시라고 말했어. 내가 지고 정도.
And then also you can understand on the different way, like saying that whatever you have now, just enjoy it, and don't waste it, but just enjoy it.
왜 저나 대리 남시도 절로 강가 빼고다. 당가도 enjoy 저면 산이 치는 남시 잘못 찾아네.
So like today, there's a very good weather outside there. You should go and enjoy, right? If you don't enjoy it, maybe tomorrow you will not have such good weather again.
제가 강한 요가대 소속이야 enjoy지스. 어때 돈도 nen가도.
And so whatever you have, enjoy with that. That's very important there, right?
그렇잖아. 나도 보고 중주도 다 조사하면 보고 중주 갑라야 나도 중주 갑라. 소소 파와나 칼랄루교대 마사바치 콜 카르도 몰 카르도 몰 카르도 때다니 그게 소소라야 답이셔야 돼. 근데 맞지스.
So when we were young, we didn't have enough food, always. So it was like very difficult to find enough food to fill your stomach. But of course, maybe it's not like that here. And so what we used to do is, instead of eating the food that's given, that's in our plate, we look in the other person's plate. So what food do they have? Well, maybe I can get that food for myself, like that.
그래서 보시고들이 전혀.
Have you done that when you were young?
밤아서 보추에 빠뿌니서나 딱 칼라카칼위나 홀로테스 마도 나테스 뇨온도 세앙가도 셈도 소소카 요달리 마사베게네 프리데 고 셈나야 그로 딱 동음제에서 근데 대용도.
So yeah, then in the country where I come from, they usually happen like that. There are 3-4 children, then the mother will serve food to all of them, and then instead of eating the food that you have in your plate, you look at the other person's plate and say, "Oh, he has more food than I do," or he has more delicious food, and so forth. So they're always, kind of being greedy with others, food, instead of enjoying one's own food.
다당 감소가 가르나 소소고 톱타이나 소소 고사이나 소소기 땡게나 소소 요한테 enjoy 맞지 콜라 요한도 모나마한도 프리라 요한도 프리기 요한도 장장하지 삼네 아들 대마치 소소 강 요한테 배치 요한도 엘야 아니 조시라고 지.
And so similarly, like in our life, when we instead of enjoying what we have and being content with what we have, we always look at other people's properties. Or she has that, he has that. I wish I can get that, and so forth. So it's saying that be content with what we have and enjoy that instead of being jealous and greedy, over other people's properties.
어때 dinere 마시다 지마타보고는 저와보다 당가 경고차로도 샘피시에 대해서 드리게 잡았다 양테 고 로에메로와.
So this is what it's saying, otherwise, don't misunderstand when you are asked to meditate on death and impermanence, and oh, I'm getting old, I'm going to die soon. Be worried about that. Don't be like that.
Whatever we have, just enjoy that in the moment. Not worry too much tomorrow. How much worry too much next year. But it's not easy. 어디 제다 못하바 검사에 되나 배 로종 것도 로종 냠에 치대가 갑라야 못하바 검도 배 내가 지게.
So that's how you meditate on impermanence. In the practice of mind training, meditating on impermanence is one of the most crucial practice.
된지기 아니 못하바기 고야부지 녀와이나 디가 랑슈 치네 강사디게라 샴테 슈시 모여 그래. 내가 니바디 샴테 공부 그래 손발. 로종 내가 니바디 공부 그래.
So if you have meditated well on the impermanence and death upon oneself, then you can apply that onto others, and then thereby develop loving kindness and compassion towards others. So the second part of the mind training, is to develop loving kindness and compassion.
다 된지기 못하바 고야 보지 샴테 보잖아. 다 가르치는다. 아니 라치베도 왜 진선다 단단니 총다 택제고 담에 공부 그래.
And then once you want to have developed the impermanence, understanding of impermanence, and developed loving kindness and compassion towards others, then what we have to do? Then we have to reduce or minimize the self-cherishing attitude and the self-grasping ignorance. And so should meditate on the selflessness.
어제 다테 로종 세트다. 로종 세트를 코로나 대선으로 숨겨. 나 로종 고라이 맞.
And so those are the three parts that we do in the mind training practice.
예? 제도서래.
Able to do that?
다 대용을 가지고 다 된지기 냠에 로종을 못하바 공부. 아니 가로 샴니제 공부 담에 공부 용을 다 가르치고 그래. 내가 대용을 가르치고 그래서 나와.
And then what do we have to do to be able to develop the death and impermanence, understanding of the death and impermanence, and develop loving kindness and compassion towards others, and to meditate on the selflessness.
근데 로종을 또 받 지어는 가르치고 그래.
And so what do we have to do, to develop that kind of realization of the mind training?
What do you think of that? There are so many things, but you can say, what do you think? And also, there are so many things that what are the main three things to do? 이번 내가 봐. 근데 조사하고 그래. 막 당일 담볼로 좀 이번 조사봐. 이번 조사봐 될래. 조사봐.
So the second one, so first one is training the mind, and the second one is accumulating merit.
와. 이날다 조사하다 저와 시간이가 되는 것이다. 조사하면 생각만 조사도 않고 그래.
And so in the accumulation of merit, it also includes the purification of the negativities.
아 조사도 이제 제가 약속도 가르쳤나.
And so what is the best way to accumulate merit and to purify the negativities?
Tell us some yours.
Again, there are three for that. So just like there are three parts for training the mind, right? And so what are the three parts? What are the three best parts for accumulating merit and purify the negativities?
What do you think? Okay.
Yoga.
Okay. Anything? Compassion. Okay. Okay. You guys have some? Some people sleeping there? Oh, you have coffee? Yes, Deborah. Are you keeping lunch?
I couldn't hear all the answers. It's just me a repetition, but I'd say doing confession practice and taking refuge in the Triple Gem.
Okay, good. Anything? Ed, good morning. Ed Pionin, are you on the bed? No, I saw you.
Okay, I just wanted to unmute. I think the question is the best way to purify.
What the best way to how to purify or create the merit?
I'm going to suggest the 4 points of purification: refuge, remedy. The other two, they begin with R as well. Refuge, remedy, resolve, and I won't waste time thinking of the other one. That's my fast answer.
Okay, that's good. You guys good, and good. That tell ya sum de career sana tambo de susu la chi susu yi chesa ana susu ane lamto chengiga and lama de tu nyewa che go re somar.
Yeah, so what you guys said is right, but what Domtemba said, is that first is to please the guru, who have taught you the Dharma.
Right? Te kanje susu dewa yeso susu yi chesa mi sama la susu lesa ta manda ba susu tumu mai be kanje lende yo be ta lama tu yo ka waina.
So a guru who have taught you a Dharma, a guru in whom you have strong faith and devotion. So not every guru, you'll be able to have faith and devotion, even though they possess the quality from their side. But from your side, to have that faith and devotion, you have to have some kind of a karmic connection with that guru.
아니 다 라마 투니와데 가르쳤나 아니 라미 까지도와나 까지도비 주변이야지 까지도비다 다 약속레스.
And so one should try to please that guru. So what is the best way to please the guru is by following his or her instructions. So if you do the practice just as he or she has taught, then the guru will be very happy or be very pleased.
다른 나도 세딜 나도 남비 계셔지나 파마드께까지 제ሾ를 하려 그래. 센돌라.
So for this life, in this life, we'll say that our parents are the most kind people for us.
근데 되게 나도 세디가 로탄도다 간 아디 파미 제조래. 파마 다 당고 파마드네 개개로 다 간지 파마드 도래.
Because whatever we have in this life, it all started from our parents. They are the one who give us. They taught us. They help us to grow up and so forth, and give us the education, and of course also the teacher. So the teacher and the parents of this life are the most kind people for us.
임바다 다 되게 망치가 다 되게 제대로 가서 생기는 거. 다 되게 가서 망치 센다 맞다. 개와 심화 벤치의 배양이 상도대 다 망치게 라고 말아. 파미를 라고 말아.
And so and so that is only for this life, right? So whatever we have in this life, whatever we have to do to live a better life in this life, is taught by our parents, and the regular, the teachers. But they can only, benefit, their limit, of benefiting, and it's only for this life, and they cannot teach us how to gain a better rebirth in the future.
그렇지. 제다 개개 되게 다 개와 좀 펜체라 배양이 땅도 남동 게 완자 다 되게 남던데 소소 냠바이나 아니 딱 개개 대 가오치로 왔대나 개개 가오초나 아니 사제도 시점 처마 가오용 그래서 에 촉사다 약속도 지래서.
So it is the Dharma teacher, who teach us how to do a practice, so that we can have a better rebirth in the future, or even up to gaining liberation and enlightenment. And so so the best way to please them, is by following the instruction, the teachings given by them. So if we do the practice, of the teachings just as they are taught, then they will be very happy, and that will be the best way of accumulating merit.
제장도 예대 근지 주제 전신지 수제던 말람지 자와르세 다 람람도 정도 마치 람람만 람지 자와 신년 때문에 들어서 빼면 뭐 다도 이슈 뭐 되지 되는 같이 그래서 예 조사들 같이 다 찍으래서.
So just like it is said in the foundation of all good qualities, right, that the foundation of good quality is the kind guru, and and properly devoting to that guru, which means like following the instruction and doing the practice that has been taught by the guru, and following following or devoting properly to the guru, is the proper way of is proper way of doing the practice, and that is the following the guru actually means like the guru devotion, is the root of the path. So just like it is taught in the Lamrim, that the root of the path is the guru devotion.
어떻게 다들 당보치 아 대초사다 근데 초사 접장게 아니 이게 당보치 다 니바데 아니 야 컨트롤 줘봐 버들레스.
And so that is the first one, the best one for accumulating merit and purifying the negativities is to follow the instruction of the guru. In other words, please the guru by following that. And then second one, is making offerings.
offer control 줘봐. 산지 추 견도서를 줘봐. control은 줘봐 봐.
Offering to the three jewels, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha.
아니 텔라야 저 강제 다 링아 예선님 줘봐 봐. 여러와.
And so there are so many different ways of making offerings, right? Offering through the body, speech, and mind.
이랬다는 것도 내 매톡 피하던 연체 피하던 주미부터 그건 주미대로 그러와.
And so all these offerings that we have set up, in front of the altar, like the offerings of the water balls, offering of the flowers, the candles, and so forth. These are the substances of offering.
제가 아니 문에 쳐도 다 산지 돈 통고요 말아. 이나 너도 피해야 돼 소소고 쏘는 거. 그거 야부 돈에 피와 있나? 아니 쏘는 거 줘야 못 사요.
So the offering of the water, Buddha doesn't really drink it, but if we offer it, with the good motivation from our mind, then it becomes an offering, and in that way we accumulate merit. And then another one is the offering to the sanghas, making offerings, of the food and so forth, to the sangha.
제가 단 네가 견디셔야 된다는 것도 몇자 보고 말해. 아니 지금 돈마다 되는 게 있다. 아니 개설롱 들으려고 그래.
And so here, when we're saying sangha is not the lay practitioners, but referring to either a novice or fully ordained monks and nuns.
제가 교도 때 고녀가 맨날 남도 gelong drum네. gelong 안다 drup지 drum네 미기 출로라 되게 갑래야. 아니 피와 있나? 그때가 소름 납치 슈사기 왔어요. 가르나 gelong데 근데 출로 발발했다 돈 벌지네 쬐쬐 용하는 말.
And so it says that, when you, I don't know if you have heard about it, but when someone has just taken the vow, right? When someone has just taken the vow, and then he or she, the vow, the full ordination vow, and when he or she walks out, and during that time, he just has taken the vow and he walks out. During that time, if you make the offering, that will be the accumulation of merit from making that offering will be highest, or most. The reason is because from that time till when he or she walks out, he or she has not broken any of the vows. It's still very fresh and pure in his or her mind.
그래서 속사의 신 또 지금 안다 견두자기 그래서 어떻게 되지 그래서.
And so therefore, the best way, to accumulate merit, the object and the best object for accumulating merit and merit is the sangha. That's it.
근데 그 소야 보사와이나 디슈라 들어와 상도 그래. 근데 제가 단대 강글 로종냐는 야보는 그래서.
So if you accumulate merit in this way, then the negativities will be purified, as a byproduct, and so thereby then your mind training practice will become proper.
오케이. 다음도 저서 담볼로 좀 왔지. 니바 소사도 좀 찾아와.
And so now we got the first two, right? Making the mind training, and then purifying the negativities and accumulating merit.
다 순발이 그래. 다 띵이던 거고 그래서.
And the third one is what? Meditating on samadhi or concentration.
어디 가린 사례. 띵이던 거는 가린 반. 저도 가르쳤는.
So what do you think, is meditating on samadhi or concentration?
What do you think of that? They have so many, but how you just pick up one or two? Okay, that you know that. So
So the first one, the main one, is observing the morality.
but the thing is going never do it.
So is there a connection between these two, observing morality and meditating on concentration? Do you see the connection?
Any connection? 가르에서나 주름 송아디 술수가 샘 출동 탐바하세지. 출동 많다면 맞지. 출동 탐바체 그거를 대단하더라.
So when you say morality, living in moral, right? According to the morality, observing morality means like living in a proper way, in a moral way.
제가 대등이도 그만 로돼.
So do you see now the connection? Does that become like when you're observing morality, living in a moral way? Does that have to do with concentration or not?
아이 야만은 수수 샘때 나보자고 그래. 소소냠도 수수 샘도 수수 수분냠 냐되고 그래서.
So and then observing your moral discipline, right? Your behaviors. So how you are acting, how you are saying, how you're thinking, all these things, right? You're observing that, focusing on that.
그랬다 대당보들이다. 대당보들. 좀하고 송고 그래서.
So does that require concentration? Paying attention, right? Observing. Yeah. So that is the observing morality is the first one.
아니 니바데 가르치거나 수수고 싸워다 집에라 말로 소야고 답고 그래서 된지게 아니 영화는 진짜로 그렇지 해서. 나도 곰들이 잘 맞지 손으로.
And the second part, of the concentration is making a supplication or requests, to one's devoted gurus, Buddhas, deities, and so forth. Just like we did a meditation at the beginning, on the Buddha, visualizing nectars flowing down and so forth. So that part, is called the requesting or supplicating.
다 아니 실록은 배나 리단 셈 이외에 다 내속가는 대도 파트 다 리드 돼 답시하고 그래서.
And then thirdly, stay away from the distractions. So the things outside there, the things outside there that causes a distraction, causes distraction to you. So stay away from those distractions.
뭐지 다들 자서 로조막 직 소사박 이 되게도 금봤음 대선디 아까지 냐명 또 데레스.
And so those are the three main practices: mind training, purifying the negativities and accumulated merit, and meditating on concentration.
리지 제와나 아니 샤주고 셈 어머니 도베샤도 항상 슈슈기야. 또 출근하지 다 내용을 가서 깔아놓고 슈기디 이 깔아도 것이나 그걸 슈좀 내고도 대지 받들 야오지나 항상 슈슈 근데 동반에 똑바당 이지 제와 레벨 그래서.
So if you do that, if you do those practices that mentioned, right, the mind training, purifying the negativities, accumulating merit, and concentration, then the development of the bodhicitta and realization of emptiness will come rapidly or easily, just like when you open the faucet, the water will just flow, right? Just like that, the realization of the emptiness and great compassion will flow.
Special like here, the water is really strong, right? Even the water trunk is basement somewhere, I don't know where. If you third floor, you pour the water is very strong. It's like that. They say if you have like three root, how you say, root things, 싸웠음, 대리라 연락 숨 진에 good 채워나 아니 샴이지 샤적에서 또 많이 또 비셔도 왕락 슈슈기야. 그러고 레벨 그래서.
So these three root methods, like the three roots, and then each root has three branches. So there are three roots and the 9 branches. So if you do these, 3 roots and 9 branches practice properly, then emptiness and bodhicitta will come very easily, without much force. So when that happens, then the inner happiness will start. And then once you have that, then whatever you do becomes, for the welfare of others. None of those will be, for yourself alone. So just like, in the spring or summertime, if there is a nice sun and plenty of rain, then the trees, the leaves in the tree and the grass on the ground will grow, whether it wants or not. If you have all those conditions good, then whether it wants or not, it will just grow nicely. So those are the questions that the three main disciples asked to Domtempa, and then the Domtempa gave these answers. And so you're saying that we have to do a proper practice of accumulating merit and purifying the negativities.
That is just.
잠닝제.
원래 샴니제 공부하니 아니 스마트가로.
운동님.
남의 거마다 따로 달래야 그래서.
And so if you do this, the mind training, the accumulation of merit and purification of negativities, and the concentration, then those three that he mentioned about, meditating on impermanence, and then developing loving kindness and compassion, and then meditating on the selflessness will come automatically. And like that, also meditating on the concentration will also come automatically. And so the meditating on the mind and practicing the mind training and concentration is like the the sun mara. So the mind training is like the seed. And then the accumulation of merit and purification of negativities and the concentration, meditation on concentration, is like the other conditions, like the soil, the fertilizer, the water, and so forth, to help the plants to grow, just like that. And those are like the condition, for the mind training, to grow. So just like in the summertime, if there's a nice rainfalls and good sunshine, then the grass and the leaves will grow even if they don't want to grow.
If we don't want, they have the problem to cut them. That the chipare. And then also sosa to yapochi. Any thing of some tawayana. Any shamni shajik to that.
So just like that, if we do the practice of the purification and accumulation well and meditate well on concentration, then all this realization of loving kindness, compassion, and the emptiness will come without any forces.
Okay. So 인사를
So what do you think? Is it like that? Make sense?
or maybe this is not correct. Yes.
So concentration is that a similar thing. They're just trying to be aware of what's going on.
Brother,
Oh, come on.
he's a little loud. Well, he didn't hear you.
So when I think about concentration, it reminds me of awareness. Is that sort of the same thing?
Ale, 먼저 되게 땡이즈 공부했어요. 땡이즈 세대 먼저 즉 셈바 가서 지금 가서 먼저 학과에서라다 학과에서 데데레 섬지 학과고로
아고제는 템베 맞지바지.
근데 데레레스 거다.
This one over. 나도 네 갑ting에도 거 인지임지 검전에 데려 그셔 말해.
So yeah, I mean, when we talk about the concentration, yes, it is part that the awareness. It includes the awareness and remembering the topic or the subject of the practice that you're doing, not forgetting it. But here, mainly as I mentioned earlier, is observing the morality. Like living in a moral way. So for that, you have to pay you have to pay attention, so seeing what you're doing is right or wrong. And making sure that you're not doing the the wrong things and making sure that you're doing or focusing on the right things like that.
소소 쌤 오가 코로랑도에 코로나는 소소 지워야 말해 미 지워야 말해서 때만 내면 답신도 그죠.
So yeah, and that of course includes the awareness, like being aware of your mind, what it is thinking. Is it thinking of benefiting others? It is thinking of harming others. If it is thinking of harming others, then being aware of that and then stopping it from thinking in that way, and and if it is thinking of benefiting others, then being aware of that and then say, oh, that's good, and encouraging to have more of that, like that. So yes, being awareness, having the awareness is of course included in that.
아니 지금 소소도 따와만해서 지내나 대념도 계시나 다곧 따때마 간들 소소절라 녀모께 인지 임바이나 이게 내들 소소 파지 요야나 요야 답신도 오지.
And that also, like when you are talking with somebody who you don't get along with in terms of the views, who doesn't have the same view, then being aware of that. So, oh yeah, this person doesn't like to talk about that. I should not say these things. That will make him unhappy or angry, even. And so then being aware of that and then not talking about that, to that person. So any kind of delusions, that may arise in your mind from doing something, physically, mentally, or verbally, then being aware of that and then stopping that.
Because I don't need to tell you what to do, right? 나 가르치고 나 랍자 고메서 더 지제게 따원도 지질.
And so there's a strong view in the West here, like people say, oh, you don't have to tell me what to do. I know what I'm doing, like that.
어떤지 상황이나 나 수소를 지금 레와 잠니 지라버지는 다 수수권이야 그러면 대마치 그 파는데 지랍나 아니 그 처음에는 대 학교 왔지네 별로 주요하지 아니 다 고팅에도 뭐 그만 안 되고
So understanding that is very important as well. If you know this person is someone like that who says, "Oh, I know what I have to do," you don't have to tell me what to do. Then you don't go around that person and then give him a teaching. You don't. That will only make the person irritated and unhappy or angry even. And so being aware of that, and then not talking, to that person about anything, not telling. But if someone who asks you, for advice, then definitely, of course, out of love and compassion and good intention, you can give advice, to the others. So anyway, being aware of that and then staying away, from that situation to not create any unhappiness in oneself or others.
제가 소소를 kelema죠. 야무나 소소를 이체 미게절랑 가서 발랍지는 내가 제가 말 다데고 얘기 두기 되는 약속에.
So like if you try to give advice to someone who doesn't listen to you, who doesn't trust you, he's not going to take that advice anyway. So it will be waste, and instead of, helping him, you might be irritating him. So, better stay away from that.
세상 가도 참아요. 근데 가도 참아요. 가도 참 미카가 성로 땅땅 맞아봐. 아니 지금 걔네 제다 맞아봐. 짱짱 이다 강가 집어 말아봐.
So we all have different thoughts, different views, right? And so, we might want to listen to somebody, but not to everybody. Somebody else wants to listen to this person, but we don't want to listen to that person, right? It could happen like that. So just be aware of that, as much as we can. Not all the time we can understand that, but if we know that, then try to understand that and stay away from that.
Okay. Any questions? Oh, today we didn't got this book. Yes. Yeah.
Regarding the Sangha, when I first came here, I had really difficulty understanding what you meant by the Sangha, because to me, I'm coming from another tradition, and I think this may be generally true in the West. We think of the Sangha as the whole spiritual community, but here, in the Tibetan tradition, when you speak of the Sangha, you mean the ordained community?
고아치는 일 아주 사제 주 견디세도 뒤공조성 견디세야 ordained 주고 거를 했어.
뭐 다들 가는 파벌 강서가 말해 먼저.
앞에 가자.
돈이 도배 강서. 돈이 도배 강서 돌아.
데리고 거를 했어.
다들 다 넘바 예매 개켜봐야 말아.
근데 딱 도매 비치 왔나 같이. 아야 돈이가 도매와 옛날야 밥이 배나 gelong 때다 된 시와나 아니 밥에 게네 뒤쪽보다.
Yeah, so the ultimate Sangha and conventional Sangha, so there's a or even more conventional Sangha. So like the ultimate Sangha, is the Sangha is someone who have realized emptiness directly. So anybody doesn't matter whether it's a ordained person or unordained person. The ordained means like the celibacy, right? So the monk or nun's vow. So someone who has a monk and a nun vow. So even if they don't have that, if they have the realization of emptiness, a direct realization of emptiness, then they are Sangha. That's the Sangha. That's the ultimate Sangha. But then we say the conventional Sangha is like it's a fully ordained monk. So there's a group of 4 fully ordained monk or nun. It's called Sangha. And then even more conventional is like the Sangha is someone who helps us to do our practice, and so that the whole community who support and help us do this, so that way can be understood as Sangha as well. So but when you say making offering, usually it is referred to like the monks and nuns who have the monk or nun vows.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's clear. Okay. What do you think? We can go here or not? Any questions? Yes.
I had a question related to David's question, so about concentration. So you're not talking about calm abiding, but I was thinking about in the 5th verse of the foundation of all good qualities, it says the root of the teachings is the Pranimatra vows, and that it says, led by this pure thought, mindfulness, alertness, and great caution arise. And because the root of the teachings are the Pranimatra vows. So that to me like suggests the relationship between the concentration and the morality. But is that what you mean? You don't mean calm abiding like that?
Marcel?
내가 땡어서 땡에서 검시해줘라. 가서 당가서 땡배자와 소소 탈발을 두 번이 묻혀버 징글럭 세줘라. 땡배자와 소소 탈발았어요. 두 번이 묻혀버 징글. 대들라 가서 다들 가서 다들라 가서 땡에서 검시해야 되자 가서 가서 셰신당 안에 템바다 셰신자다 안에 들라 가서 땡배자와 소소 탈발을 남라. 다들 제줘라. 소탈배 남세다 가서 가서 소탈배 넘어서 소탈배 남세라. 딜 그거를 베스 거였다. 아니 가서 단다게 가서 땡에서 검수해야 돼. 다 땡에 지당 가서 신의 검에 들라 그거 말이야.
거기 단다 몰라야 돼.
단단 가서 말해, 단단 가서 디너 라야 돼. 단단 가서
단단
뒤에
대신.
가서 초사 가서 로장 초사 집장지 안에 띵에서 검해져라. 들어드는 신에게 또 벗기고 가면 그래서.
이 집이 깨고 막 이집 때 미세게 말돼. 가르나 수저 세 멤버를 내 봤다. 근데 링아 여선데 투점해 보송 거 그래서 대용을 안 수저 디벨롭먼트 소바에 붙다 보고 그래. 이 집이 띵이도 그거 왔는데 신하라도 공급기 시작 말해.
Yeah, so it's not necessary, to have the realization of calm abiding in order to do the practice, of the concentration that is mentioned here, the concentration in this context. So here, like I mentioned earlier, it's just observing the moral discipline, and so being aware of your actions, of the body, speech, and mind, and engaging only in the action that is a proper or moral.
근데 제바이나 아니 신하라도 또바 너는 슈슈 깨는 거라서 말하지.
So, also, of course, that becomes like the foundation or the basis, for developing the actual concentration that you're talking about, which is like calm abiding and so forth.
다들 저는 안에 땜베서 소도 저번이면 대야셔나 디카 되게 땜베서 수수처럼 나고 오지. 대 따와 안에 투중기 야면에 야보용 쇼세랑 그러와.
Yeah, so that fifth verse, you're talking about, also, yes, that is the talking about the morality, so if you observe the morality well, then that, will become the foundation of all the the individual liberation vows.
그 자탄가라서.
You understand?
It's just 자사가라고.
So that's a different way of applying this practice of concentration.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Yes.
Concentration?
It's not necessary meditation. According to that, today I'm talking about is not talking about really meditation. To awareness of what you're doing, physically, mentally. Watch that. You understand? Like that. Usually concentration means okay, you have to come meditation. But according to today, we think just what's most important to do that. It's not really say you have to meditation all the time. If you, awareness, your body, speech, mind, the real concentration become automatically. You purify negative karmas, clear the merits, the concentration in your body, speech, and mind, then the meditation impermanent and the meditation for loving kindness and meditation to sublessness. They are just automatically come.
For persistent. Constantly.
You said, yeah, continue. You have to do. You have to do, not just know, not enough to know. You say, okay, yeah, we have to do that. It's not. You need to do. You need to action. If you say, okay, you need to concentrate. You need to awareness your mind. You have to always watch your mind. Not means very serious. What I'm thinking, what I'm doing, not like that. Just aware. Just aware. Oh, I'm not allowed to get mad. Why? But when I got mad, I'm not happy. My friend is not happy. Therefore, before you get mad, try to not go that direction. But to avoid that situation. Let's say that, okay, I'm not allowed to eat ice cream to have but diabetes, or think that. So this is not, ice cream is not good for diabetes, but you continue just eating. You know it's not good, but you just eating, it doesn't work. When you see the ice cream truck come in, just not look in your pockets, just ignorant. You say, oh, this is not good, I like to eat, it doesn't work. That's why, therefore, you need to action, not just only know. Okay? Okay, you guys have any questions? Are you guys sleeping there? Yeah, Deborah? Oh, Deborah.
Yes, I had a question on the second category, accumulating merit. I only had 2 points. Pleasing one's guru and making offerings. What was the third point?
바로 인들은 니쿠셔바.
Tambu디.
아무 라미 까슈는 드바. 니바 군초란 초와페바. 숨바 인들은 니쿠셔바.
Yeah, so the first one is pleasing the guru. Second one is making offering to the 3 jewels, and third one is well, actually it's serving the sanghas, so that the offering, especially the sanghas here means, like Geshe mentioned, the fully ordained monks and nuns, making offerings to them like food, clothing, shelter, and so forth like that. So that's the offering services.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
Just speaking about meditation on death and impermanence as a way just to realize that there's not a lot of time, not to feel scared, but just to us not to waste our time. And we mentioned that we have this opportunity, to generate merit and purify negativities and study the Dharma. But at the same time, Geshe mentioned, well, and we need to enjoy what we have. So how do you reconcile that precious and short opportunity to generate merit and purify negativity and practice and study Dharma with enjoying the sunny day? And
enjoyment not just means you have to go outside looking for something. Just whatever you have to just
Being content with what you have.
just practicing
Yeah,
content.
what we have right now is contented. What situation right now is like today, very good weather, content. It's not means okay, just enjoy that, go to the hanging out. It's not means like that. But even the weather's maybe it's raining, just enjoy. Oh, very good for the way to enjoy, right? Good to what's the environment? Environment?
Environment.
Yeah, environment. Yeah, we think it that way. Not to just all day when it's terrible, I have to go out, it's terrible. Not thinking like that. It's also good, maybe not good for you, but maybe good some other place. Like that. Okay, I think now we stop. Sorry, I didn't go this book, but I saw this. I read all the Lojong, the 100 collection Lojongs. I read this book a lot. And I saw this things like it's very like it's an essence, like practice. And Joji and Domtemba, those masters, one of the like example for the who really practice the Lamrim, the Lojons. Therefore, usually I really like to read this book, And I read, and I find some verses that I say, oh, this is so good. Then also you can see that Lama Zopa Rinpoche also he has so many notes, but so many notes and some important verses bring that when he teach like that. This is also how where the Tibetan Buddhism also bring that. We say we bring all kinds of it's too many 100 books. How can we bring that? We just bring some important verses bring that. And okay, we can meditate also. We say Lord Samlanagaru. I know that word, I forgot. Lord Samlanagaru.
Memorizing.
Or memorizing, some verses are memorizing. You get all the teachers, they have so many notes, they books. I don't have notes. Some important sentence they put together. Otherwise they say, okay, check this all of John. So many things, how can we do that? There's some verses like 8 verses of my training, there's all logions put together. What's the most important thing? Yeah, well, this is like, I thought, okay, what's the, there's so many different practices of what to do. What's the main thing to do? There are only 3. Meditation impermanent, the meditation bodhicitta, the meditation to concentration, the awareness is the main thing. Each one 3, curricula, right? Like that. how to bring that. I hope some walk. Maybe I'm going to ask next week question. Okay. Okay, then we'll stop. Okay. Yep.
Thanksgiving Mandala on page 39 of the Kurukulla Center prayer book. My two collections, vast the space that I have amassed from working with effort in this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose mind's wisdom I have blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my life, Manjushri. May I find the best and complete graded paths of your teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the paths as I have discerned them. May I uphold the Buddhist teachings for a very long time, with my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread or once spread or declined. May I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted boundless peace, and the Buddhist needs be nourished for a long time. By even this graded course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path raised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. In that snow mountain encircled land, saw every benefit and joy. Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chen Rezi, me in life till samsara ends. Savior of the snow-like teachings and transmigratory beings, who extensively clarifies the path that unifies emptiness and compassion, to the lotus in the hand, Lord, Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be fulfilled. Page 49, the short long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. You who uphold the subduer's more way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjula's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others as disciples, please live long. Try to always meet with perfect teachers. Your form embodies all Buddhas, your nature is that of Vajradhara, you are the root of the three jewels, homage to you, O Gurus. In short, I seek your blessings, O Protector, to be cared for by you from birth unremitting throughout all my lives, and thus to become your chief disciple, holding every secret of your body, speech, and mind. O Protector, please grant that all be auspicious for me to be foremost among your very first circle of disciples, wherever you manifest Buddhahood, so that all my temporal and ultimate wishes without exception may be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. In all my lives, never separated from perfect gurus, may I enjoy the benefits of Dharma. By completing the qualities of the stages of paths, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. Furthermore, in life after life, may I, pleasing him in return, be forever fostered by an accomplished Mahayana spiritual master, source of every virtue in this world and beyond. In his care, may I acquire in him a firm, unshakable faith, pleasing him by every means possible, doing nothing even for an instant to disappoint. May my spiritual master mark to me every instruction and every teaching in its entirety. Having understood them faultlessly, may I practice them and be able to bring them to perfection. May I never even for a moment fall under the sway of malevolent teachers and misleading tracts. Having developed in every life belief in cause and effect, renunciation, the Buddha mind, and pure view, may I embark upon them continuously with effortless experience. In every life, may every virtuous act gathered by way of body, speech, and mind be processed solely for the welfare of others and for the purest and highest enlightenment. Page 57, prayer of dedication. Through this virtue may I slip, having gained Guru state, place each and every sentient without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and wherefore never decline, but increase forevermore. 75 mix him up.
Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you, Damshala.
Finish.
Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, Damcho. Thank you, Bob.